How's it going, boy?
Yeah, all good,
You all
mate.
right?
Yeah, all good. How you doing? All right?
Yeah, it's better. Been a better
Feeling
week.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to reiterate, it was the throat. It wasn't a heart attack. Although it could have been. It could have been a heart attack. I thought I had a heart attack when
Yeah,
Sesko put that
I
in.
know, I know. I still don't believe it. When you think, basically, I again, because there was a few comments about heart attacks and stuff like that. I don't know if it's relevant, but I did feel on the Arsenal game at the time we celebrated so much. But you said yourself on the Monday morning you had a sore throat,
Yeah,
you
I
felt
was feeling crap.
hungover, and I'm a little bit older than you, so I think just had a couple of rough days. The word, but just in the throat.
Yeah.
And then of course we had last weekend.
I know. I know.
I mean, that's all you need, isn't it? I was kind of, I jokingly said to you, if we score, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Because I generally thought I'm just going
But
to.
you can't.
And I couldn't.
You can't.
And then
hold
I'm
your
halfway
emotion.
through it thinking, oh, God, the throat again. And I'm kind of thinking,
Yeah.
just be a bit careful. But yeah, it's been a good week.
It,
And the
ha-
socials,
it has,
apparently.
and I think that's where we got to start really, and just say a huge thank you because TikTok's kind of hit off a little bit. We've got across our videos over 1 million views now. We're up to 5,000
A million
followers.
people have seen my front room.
It's good luck, good job.
Oh,
They haven't
yeah.
seen the rest of it.
Didn't you say there was like a couple of tellies and stuff like that? That's just a reflection from the piano.
Yeah.
My poor good lady, your mother, she kind of has to put up with us putting these things all over
taking
in the
over the
dining
house,
room
haven't
like
we,
now.
really.
And then during the game time, it's all over the piano that's covered. So that's all it is. It's just reflections, isn't it? That people have said that, or a couple of people said they could see too.
Yeah. Mum made a little appearance as well.
Yeah.
When the goal scored.
Well, she's worried about me, I think.
Get ready to call the ambulance.
Yeah, that's right. So what's going on here?
Or count her lucky pennies.
And someone else is a bit of a star, which we were gonna see if he's not coming in today. But he was banging the door. So Mum was looking after him, trying to keep him away from us, and he ain't going to do it. And he was banging the door, and we thought, well.
And we're going to try and get him a jersey somehow. He needs one, doesn't he? He likes his scarf for about 5 minutes, and then he's quickly off. He's the number one fan, the boy.
Yes. So he's still with us. So he's here, being busy. So positivities with comments and stuff?
I think.
What sort of comments can you? Just a couple before we move on to it's pre-match, isn't it? I think on one of them I said post-match when I meant pre-match, but that's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we got technically this is now pre-match for Spurs game.
Yeah, for the
that's
Spurs
this pod.
game. Yeah, it is.
Because you said we're doing pretty well on socials. You feel duty bound to thank people.
No, definitely, and I think the big part of it is the positives. I mean, it's been overwhelmingly positive, and I think opening up, you realise football is a family. Football is a family, and it opens up to people from all different backgrounds, whether you're wealthy, rich, poor, different areas of the world. We've had people all over the world.
United is global.
United is global.
It's global,
and you've seen people in Africa that would dream to come over and watch them, and I think it's relatable. You watched it with your dad. We watched it with Grandad. Grandad watched it with his dad. It's a generational thing, and I think that's what seems to resonate with a lot of people. And if we can bring some joy, we do this anyway. If we can bring some joy and people enjoy it, and it's relatable, then that's amazing. So huge thank you to everyone who's been really supportive on the TikTok.
And you showed me a few, and I must admit, the love is amazing.
It
is amazing. Just I love you, and I love the post, and I love this, and do it more, and thanks very much. And the other one that touched my heartstrings was the one that they were saying, this is what I'm like with my dad, or this is what I'm like with my son. And some people had even lost their fathers, and it gave them, and it was, not sad. Of course, it's not sad. What I mean to say, it's a moment for them, and it's a moment for me. When I read that, I was like really touched that someone would just reminded them of them, but they were, for that fleeting moment, they were thinking about them with their dad. I think that's wonderful.
I think it really is.
Because we all started this by going, if it does nothing else, in 20 years' time, you'll look back with your son or daughter, and they'll have this for life.
Exactly.
And what else do I want?
It's time with you, Dad.
Brilliant with me.
At the end of the day. Move on. Move on.
No, come on. I'll lap it up. Bring it on, son. Bring it on. Go on. Tell me what I want to hear.
But it's true. I've moved out
Yeah.
last year, isn't it? Yeah. And from being best mates and being together all the time, you taking me to football and watching all the games together. I think me moving out, at times we might not see each other for a couple of weeks. Whereas now with this, we're seeing each other at least a couple of times a week, aren't we?
Yes. And again, I'm talking on behalf of the dads out there, but you were into football when you was 5 and you were hovering around my leg. We were going out doing the footy thing until you pretty much were 18, weren't you, really? We were going everywhere together. And then obviously then you go to uni and all the rest of it, and that's when that little bit starts to drift. It does. You've got your life.
It's a different relationship.
And dads put everything into their kids, and especially, again, their sons from a football point of view. It could be daughters as well, but for me it was you. And I do have a daughter, your sister, obviously,
of course,
and she's following us, and she's a United fan. And at some point, she's busy with her uni life.
Doing lacrosse, she's into lacrosse.
Yeah, but the family thing, the family thing is brilliant. I just love it. So bring it on.
Bring it on. Amazing. But having said that, obviously TikTok's hit off. YouTube's starting too. So thank you to our new subscribers this week. Actually, we had our first slightly negative comment.
Oh, yeah, I'm a tosser, apparently.
Armchair tosser.
Oh, okay, yes. Oh, that was the other work. That's my job. I thought I heard it somewhere. Phil, you tosser. Yeah. Yes, armchair tosser. Aren't we all, though? Aren't football fans armchair tossers?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I mean, I think
that's why the statement's true.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, because I've seen a couple never doubt. I mean, it baffles me. Never doubt. We're not in Fergie times when we lost 4 games in a whole season.
Yeah.
I mean, people, there's 1 or 2 things like that, right? And I'm getting on my high horse a little bit. But with your granddad, my dad, in the Fergie days, he'd still be sat there having a good old go at Fergie when we were losing, saying how crap he was. Yeah. This is Fergie. What would we do to get him back? Go back to those days. And I remember thinking, even then, Dad, you've been a bit hard on the lad. You know what I mean? It's Fergie. But he was like, no, he's doing it wrong. He's doing this. So when we look now, and I get that with Carrick, if we're 6 months down the line and we haven't lost a game, of course in a game I'm going to be a bit, okay. But over the past few years, all United fans know, and they must know, we have been in winning positions and we've crumbled. And we have let 2 goals in the blink of an eye. So that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm still remembering when I'm going, oh, this crappy United's back. Because somewhere we always want to turn a corner. Every team does. I'm sure Spurs want to turn a corner because they're down the bottom again and they can't buy a win until this weekend. But it just comes to mind, Spurs, they want to turn a corner. Of course they do. But you can't forget, all I'm going is, what I've seen from this group of players is great for 3 games and long may it continue. But somewhere it was festering, and in a game like that, we were 2-0 up, coasting.
Yeah, coasting.
And we pretty much gifted them 2 goals in the blink of an eye. And now we're at the threat of losing a game that we should never have lost.
We should never have been in that position.
Oh, and let's go back 5 games. Yeah. Maybe even 3 games, the Brighton one. There's so many games out there that we should never have lost or drew. We should have won, but we didn't. And there were some games that we were 2 or 3 goals in front, and we still managed to let them in. So that's all I'm saying is,
couldn't
it's the moment, it's right now.
We always have,
and of course I'm grateful that that we got the 3-2 win. But at 2-2, most people are thinking, like the week before, it's going to be the team that have just got the equaliser that normally go on.
Yes, and that's the thing with football. You could argue that actually what has been good from Carrick, and we're learning him as well as a manager, is he does push. So and Amorim would have sat deep.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Then lost.
Now I'll start to trust him.
You start to trust Carrick and go, actually, he's then, because you saw after they scored, he was very much like, come on. Let's push up. Let's get the winner. And within 3 minutes, we pushed up. Bruno's in a high position. We get,
because that's 2 games, including Fulham, who have done the kick and they've gone forward because they think they're going to go on and score. And when you think that was quite an easy ball through to Bruno, although he did a magic turn.
Yes,
but that
it
was still Kazi.
It was Mazraoui.
Oh, Mazraoui gave him the ball.
He did.
Mazraoui did an assist and an assist.
Yeah, which I guess is a thing nowadays. Yeah, he did the assist and the assist. But that was still quite nice play because it was Ahmad, quick one touch again. Yeah. And I still think Bruno, he's just... Yes. Bruno is such a love-hate relationship, don't you think, with him?
You love him, I hate him. I don't hate him.
No, of course not. But there's been times where
he's stepping up a little bit.
Infuriating to watch because you know the ability he has, right? And there's times when you want him to step up and he doesn't. But he's in that moment where he's just stepping up at the minute.
Yeah, okay.
And whether that's because the end of season's come in and he wants a new contract or he wants to stay, I don't know. But for him to do what he did last week, to me, that's world class. To turn a defender, a big defender, 6 foot.
Did the defender sell himself a little bit?
He definitely did. Yeah. But it's still class.
Is that because Bruno's still not the fastest? He's fast, but he's not the fastest. He's not like Ahmad, so he sold himself quite cheaply, didn't he? Which made it look.
Then the ball was obviously defender.
They're in there.
Anderson could have done better because, as we said last week, Bruno wanted to do it in front of him.
Yes, and the defender would have nipped it and cleared it.
And the defender's been wrong footed, stretching for it, and that's all the time in the world. I mean, what a dream!
Normally, a 6'7" guy like that is going to fall over, or he's going to.
For a big ball, but before we go into Spurs, and we've had time to adjust and kind of take in what happened last week. Amazing from an emotional standpoint. There's no better feeling than being 2-0 up, as you said, goes 2-2 and winning 3-2 at the last.
Of course.
But that should have been a 2-3-0 game.
Yeah.
So it's still a positive because we won and we've come from the depths of despair again to win.
Like when we watched it on Match of the Day in the evening, I'm chilled, I'm relaxed.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, what a great game.
Yeah, brilliant game.
But at the time, I'm not.
Not at the time. And still, if we're to look at progression, really, you want to look at that game, kill it for 2. Now you go in, okay, we're winning games comfortably. We still haven't won that game comfortably. At some point, our luck will run out.
Yes. Because we can't do it every week.
We can't do it every week. And a team will do that to us and we'll end up drawing or losing and dropping points. Yeah. So, you look at, obviously, other things have said, Ugarte, we said about Casemiro, we were very critical of that substitution.
Yeah.
Fans have since said he was dead on his feet, he was on a booking, which I completely understand. We need to use our squad. That's the whole point of the squad. But I'd rather be down to 10 men. It's no disrespect to Ugarte. He's just not good enough. Even you saw the Kevin goal. He sells himself. He goes in. He marks a player that's already marked by Mazraoui. Giving Kevin all the time in the world. So it's not necessarily his fault. I wouldn't say it's a lack of effort from Ugarte. He's just not good enough.
No. And you said a lot of people were going... you got to hold your hands up. What a great shot for their equaliser.
Yes, yeah.
And, I'm a football fan. And when I look at the shot, of course, it's a blinding shot. But even before they're preparing it, we are talking about the Premiership. And if you stand off 5 metres from any player, and there's 3 of you stood around, and you're giving them the opportunity to do that, don't be surprised when it's in the back of the net. And this is what I'd always say, we are in the dying moments of a football game. If you want to win this game, you don't risk and think the keeper should save it, or he's probably going to blast it over the bar, and the chances of him whipping it in from there. So you don't put that extra effort in to get closer and put the block and think he's not going to get the crossing. That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. You are fighting to win this game. Don't let them get the crossing, or let them get the blocking. They all stood off and went, help yourself. That's the bit that got me. Not, yes, it was a wonder goal, but
he's got all the time to pick his spot on the edge of the box.
He couldn't believe it. He thought, well, if you ain't going to do anything, I'm going to have a go. And sometimes they're going to go in. But you see other teams, all right, there are some, I see other teams standing off, but there are, a lot of teams, they'll be diving, they'll be stopping that. They've got to win this game, got to win. That's where, again, and one of the reasons I was getting a bit wound up with the 2-2 is we've drawn so many games. It's almost like we've had 2 wins, great, but let's not forget how to win. You have to work hard to win. We were going before this run. I said to you, it's like when we go behind, we up it, we get an equaliser, then we drop off again. And it's almost like we're accepting draws because we're not losing.
Well, I think that was Amarin's mentality. I remember the Spurs game early on; they were like buzzing that we didn't lose,
which Spurs were at the weekend, by the way, last weekend.
Yeah, they of course.
I mean, 2-0 down. I get that they were buzzing.
They were getting battered.
Yeah, they were first half.
Yeah.
Second half, I don't know what happened. Whether it was City dropping off,
bit of
both. But they could have gone on and won it, but they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't. They took the 2-2 and they were celebrating the 2-2. Come on. I mean, Spurs can do that. Spurs are not winners.
No.
So I'm sure 2-2.
It's a fine line because even at my level, you get that. You get the don't lose mentality.
Mm.
That can easily become a negative.
Yes,
which under Amarim it was.
Yes.
How many games did we draw?
Well, I said to you after a period, I think about 10 games, whatever it was. I said, well, at least technically on average, every third game we're getting a win.
Yeah.
Because we're getting 3 points. Every game we're getting 3 points. So we're slowly kind of not creeping up the tail, not shooting up, but we're not at the bottom. We're just turning away. And then every 3 games we get a win, don't we? Effectively. So it's like, that's how it seems to be going at the moment. So we were just drawing them all the time. And 2-0 up, you should never. And then I'm thinking 2-2. And there was always that chance it might not. But under Carrick, I do give you, when some people have said, give him a chance, yes. We can't keep doing that.
I thought he did
because Sesko could have pinged, he could have gone over the bar. They said the Cunha, we only had 3 shots on target the whole game against Arsenal. We were clinical, which is great, but it's always a fine line. The next game, do we want to go to that? Yes, it's great for neutrals, great for us. Not good for my health, as some people were saying. It's not really good for Dad's health, is it? No, it's not. Never has been. But we have got that. We have got that.
And it's a winning mentality.
Yeah. So Spurs then, mate. What are we thinking?
There was a couple of games midweek. I don't know if we wanted to touch on Arsenal being their usual crap.
I said to you, I didn't really want to. I said during the pod, it's purely United, all right. But if we want to annoy, because that's what football fans do. Yeah. I don't want to talk about Arsenal, but boy, I'd love to be winding up Arsenal fans because you wind them up. So on a Man United pod, if I'm going to talk about Arsenal, it's because I'm going to say when I saw the semi-final, second leg, the Carabao Cup, and I said to you, because you were busy, I said it was dog shit. Yeah. It was Arteta going, well, you've got to beat us because we're 1-0 up. Mm-hmm. And they just coasted along. Chelsea were a bit dire. Nothing much happened. And then Chelsea pushed with 10 minutes to go. Still not a lot happened. Mm-hmm. And then they really went for it in the dying minute. Like everyone went up front. And of course, they got a breakaway goal and they celebrated it. Yeah. Like they were the champion, like just like Arteta over the top. Yeah. You just, you were always winning that semi. Yeah. This puts you to bed. But it was almost like you still haven't won anything yet. Yeah, and God knows what they'll be like if they do win anything. But I think what's getting most fans is, one, the style of football. Shocking. I know you're 1-0 in front and the other team have got to come on. But again, most decent fans want to see you push to get a second. Yeah. Ian Wright was saying at half time, I'd like to see him get a second. Yeah. But the co-commentator was saying, well, why should they? Because at the end of the day, Chelsea are the ones who are behind. They need to score. Yeah. That's a bit of a defensive mentality.
It's not like they've gone to Stamford Bridge. They're at home. And by contrast, City were 3-0 up in 20 minutes against Newcastle. They were already 2-0 up. Yeah. They were 2-0 up.
I didn't really see that one.
No, I didn't watch it. But I saw straight away the 3-0 up. So City were 2-0 up already. Yeah. Second leg at home.
Yes.
You could argue that
they could have gone, taken it easy, have got off the gas and just,
and that's why Arsenal fans are saying, every team grinds out themselves. Not every bloody game. I get the odd one. Yeah. But it's getting boring and tedious.
It is, isn't it?
I don't remember any other.
I mean, the weekend was 4. We said this before in our last pod. Yeah. The weekend they were 4-0. But the first 2 goals were still sort of from dead balls, just to create the space. They weren't breaking them down for half an hour. Yeah. And then got those 2 goals pretty much from dead balls, and then naturally opens up, and they win 4-0, and they're singing from the treetops like we're going to win everything. They're talking about the quadruple. Okay, no.
It's all that bad.
I think I'm done. If they win the quadruple, I think I'm gonna, I don't know, start following Tiddlywinks or or the Winter Olympics has just started, so I'll do that. that hurling thing where they're on the ice.
Curling or whatever.
Curling. We'll have to watch that.
Yeah, spot on. So yeah, over to Spurs then at Old Trafford. I was going to go, but my tickets have fallen through.
Oh, yes.
Probably by the luck of. I think it is God's way of going. No, you're sticking to what's been working. Watching it with your old man. Doing the pod because you weren't coming.
I was working.
So but yes, you're not. So
I
12:30 kickoff.
Yeah, we were obviously I was just going to crack on, watch it myself. You was going to go to Old Trafford. Your ticket's fallen through or something. Your contact. So at the moment, it looks like we're going to have to do another watch along.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can take it, Shaf, but I'm all up for that. The Spurs game, I was thinking.
Well, we don't have.
It's Saturday morning, isn't it?
12:30. Midday.
You don't have a match Saturday as well.
Match this week, so definitely be watching it. But we're on a good run, and people are getting excited as they should.
Is it Old Trafford?
It is Old Trafford.
We got to be Spurs.
I know, but I don't remember.
But Spurs, I know.
We didn't. We played them 4 times last year. We lost every one.
Yeah, and the final,
horrific.
We should never have lost that. Never lost it in a month of Sundays. And yet we just seem to go, there you go. We gave them Luke Shaw and that feeble effort of a dangle a toe. Yeah. Some little.
Banana, how did we survive that? How did we survive that era of Banana?
I mean, I've seen some videos of him now where is he? Is he in Turkey? Yeah. And same old thing, same old thing.
What's this scouting network? It proves how good scouting networks can be, though, because we got Lamens in 23, 18 million or something.
Yeah, it's a snippet, isn't it, really?
Nothing for these days for how good he is.
Yeah.
And he doesn't set the world alight.
No, he's not pulled out blinder, but and he'll develop, probably.
He's big, he's strong, he can kick the bloody thing.
Yeah.
He catches, he does what a keeper should be. Yeah, we spent, again, I'll probably get this, 50, 60 million
because he was at Milan, wasn't he?
He had one good season fair. He had a bit of a run with Inter Milan. He was in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
But from what I see when he was at Ajax, now when he's in Trabzonspor, nothing. He spent that much on him. I don't know how he survived it.
So the Spurs thing, I think, I was thinking about this, thinking, well, what do I think of Spurs? And I'm thinking, look, it's all there for us. We're 3 on the bounce. Spurs couldn't buy a win, really. They were shocking.
Yeah.
They're right down the bottom somewhere. No one really cares about Spurs apart from Spurs fans. And I've got a few Spurs fans as mates. And they are a different breed.
They are. Yeah.
They are a different breed. If they win 6 games on the bounce,
they're world beaters.
They are amazing at going, Spurs, it's this year.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not this year, but you know what I mean? At that particular time.
Yeah.
Because I've worked with Spurs fans and they've had some good runs occasionally.
Yeah.
They start boasting when they've had 6 wins and they're getting some, and they're going, we could win it this year. And I go, you won't. You're Spursy. You know what you're going to do. And they go, no. And then they'll have this great run, and all of a sudden, out of absolutely nowhere, they just sort of drop off a cliff.
Yeah.
And they'll start losing. And you always go, you see?
Yeah.
But you're right. I think there's no reason why we can't win. Well, everything's there for us again. Old Trafford, 3 great results. Yeah. The guy with the hair wants to get his hair cut.
Yeah, because we got West Ham the week after, haven't we?
I'm understanding he's almost catching us up for his popularity.
He's a lot bigger than us.
Yeah, I'm joking. But yes, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, so...
Interesting what he'll do after, if we get the 5.
Yeah. 5 wins. Well, so he'll get it cut for charity or something when he gets someone to cut it.
He's big because of his hair.
Yeah. What he'll look like without his hair. So it's all there for us. We should win it. Why not? We should be positive. We should go for it. But it's Spurs. And I thought, we haven't beat Spurs last year. No. We never looked like beating Spurs last year. We should
have beat them earlier in the season.
We did.
But we bottled it.
Yes, 2-2 in the end, wasn't it?
2-2 with 1-0.
Yes, 1-0. Yeah, and then 2-1, and then we managed to get Delit. Why do I remember this? Not like me.
No, it's not like you.
I remember the Delit header because that was straight after they got the 2-1. They thought they got yes, took his shirt off doing all that, and then a little bit like the Fulham lad at the weekend.
I bet he's a young lad as well.
Yeah.
Scores his first goal in the Prem at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Thinking he's got his 2 point.
Yeah. And then literally a minute later, his face is like a wet weekend. So Spurs. Oh yeah. The thing about Spurs is they were terrible up until the second half. Obviously, they pulled it back against City, and Solanke's back, and he's scoring a few. Again, this is me going. We shouldn't fear them, and I'm. That's fearful in itself.
It is, yeah.
That's fearful in itself because I think we should win. We should win on Saturday. We should probably beat them something like they probably score 3-1, something like that. But it's United, isn't it? It's not going to be a 3-4-1.
You want to enjoy the wave and be part of it. Like you said, it's got to crash down at some point. And just how we've been against Spurs. I mean, if there's one club that's your local team, you don't want it to be Spurs.
Well, you got a load of Spurs mates as well, haven't you?
It's just you know, as I said, Chelsea, if they were in that European final, they would have never let Spurs win.
No.
Never have let. Most other big clubs would never, and yet we are the one team that let Spurs win.
After doing what we did against Lyon and all that to get back, it was almost destiny to win that competition.
We just let Spurs.
And it's not like Spurs played us off the park.
I'd rather lose to literally anyone.
Yes.
Spurs.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was two poor teams, a poor final, not an advert for British football, including United, and we were dire. We were dire.
And that's the fear. So I've got. If I'm going to do predictions, I mean, if we go quickly, I think the only injuries were the same. De Ligt is still out. Mount, boring. You know, again, it's another.
It's a run. This is a time that he could get in that team, have a run. Got a niggle.
And you can't blame it on him, but
no, I know.
You know, injuries are injuries, but he's injured. He got injured in training.
Yeah.
So that's him out for another couple of weeks. And then obviously Dorgu. So it'll be the same team, is what I'm saying, basically.
Just
Martinez. One
thing I want to remember, you know what I'm like, I forget otherwise. There was a little rumble I saw in social media that Amrin is supposed to be sworn to secrecy, and he's going to spill the beans in the summer about, you know, United and the way it's run and all that, or why he left and everything. Do you give a fuck?
Not right now.
No, because I don't know why I saw that headline. I thought, not now. You know, go away. You've got your money.
Yeah.
You've done your bit.
Exactly.
We're on a bit of a roll. We don't really need a distraction of potentially, you know, boardroom. Because I don't know about you, but until it happens with this pod, I'm not really being sort of, not political, but you know what I mean? I don't want to be anti. We all know Glazers. We all know money. We all know Sir Jim. We all know the owners, and maybe at some point we might. But right now, we're winning games. Right now, it's all about the football. I've often said to you, they always use excuses, sort of thing, football clubs.
They do.
But ultimately, it's always the manager and the players. Really, if you get a good cohesive manager with some players, unless the board are doing like Crystal Palace, where they're offloading their top stars and expecting the manager to do the same, I get that. But with Man United's clout, although we might not attract the very best at the moment, we can still play handsomely. Although there's another rumble coming out of the club, which is a bit political again, where they're saying we have to hit Champions League or we're broke.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's really, we have this ability of imploding.
Yeah, we do. Self-sabotage,
yes.
Then, isn't it?
We're all feeling good. And all of a sudden, we're getting these little rumbles again about, oh, well, we're going to be absolutely done if we don't. That's your job.
Yeah.
You're the board.
Yes.
If we're not, that's because you're failures, basically. Again, see, I'm getting political already. I'm talking about the board. That's their job. The football is what I'm interested in. The football is what I support. And I want my team to do well. I don't want any distractions of having the pressure of, yes, we all want to join Europe and we've all got to pay, but it's a global brand, as we've already said. And again, the trouble is I get churned into even the stuff that not it's delicate to talk about, but it's just, you know, we're the greatest club in the world. We earn this amount of money. We're bought by someone. We're now debt. because we're part of their debt. It doesn't make any sense how people are allowed to get away with it. But
well, it has all
moved on.
All changed for them. But I get what you mean when it comes to. I think Glazers 100%. I think 100. We know the crap with Glazers. But if you look at Spurs, right? But they're all moaning. Like Romero's come out and moaned at the owners.
He has.
They hated old Daniel Levy.
Yes, he was.
Completely changed the board. Daniel Levy's gone, so they used to blame Daniel Levy. In fact, if some Spurs fans going, actually, he might not have been the worst for them. Just so you can't win.
Fickle fans, armchair fans, armchair fans.
And even with United, look, they've made some terrible decisions, but they made some good decisions. You could argue it's one of our best windows if you look at Cunha, Buemo, Sesko coming in, offloading Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho. So there is some positives, and it could be a game with Sir Jim. He's done this before, because before we were going, with Ed Woodward. Oh, we projected 500 million profit. We're this huge company. So other clubs go, all right, well, we'll charge you double for our players then. So I do think it's a bit of a tactic from Radcliffe to go, we're skin.